What's going on YouTube? It is Trev. That's right. Today I am wearing my Equal Rights T-shirt in honor of Martin Luther King Day. Anyway, I want to talk to you about something I haven't talked to you about in a while. Luffy token. Give me a second. Let me actually go to something here, and I will bring you in. Luffy token's having one hell of a day. I haven't really reported much on Luffy token lately, although there has been plenty to talk about. I just, if you've been following the channel, I've been pretty busy with other things, but I haven't forgotten about Luffy token at all. So Luffy token has gone through some changes over the last months, right? There was a CEO in place, Mr. Peter Tai, and we talked about Peter quite a bit. Peter was someone who came with a very impressive resume, and for all intents and purposes, a pretty cool guy, right? I'm not sure. So ultimately, Luffy token wasn't really going anywhere. Let's just call it what it is, right? They get mad at me for that because they only want people talking about Luffy token who are going to talk about all the great things and never talk about anything that, might need a little work, right? But just because I talk about things that might need a little work doesn't mean that I don't believe in Luffy token and its potential. It has huge potential, right? Sometimes you got to iron out some things. So for a little while, Luffy token wasn't, moving the way we'd hope that it would move, okay? Previous to Peter being the CEO, the creator of Luffy token Terry, was in charge. And it just seemed like things, I guess, to a lot of the community had gone better when Terry was at the helm. And since Peter took over, there were some questions as to, his methods and his ideas about waiting on marketing and, building but not, different ways of getting new holders by basically just dropping them some Luffy token, not enough for them to even spend the gas fee to try to sell it. So all of a sudden now you got new holders, There was a lot of really controversial decisions that were made. And a lot of people don't want to admit it, but I would get into the chats and see how people were screaming for Terry to come back, right? Again, Peter's a good guy, but maybe didn't have the vision quite in line with what everybody else did. So, long story short, Terry did come back. And what exactly was involved in that decision, I don't know what their public story was behind that, and I'm not going to offer any other opinion. I have no idea, right? But basically, Terry took over as CEO. Peter stepped down and took a lesser role. I haven't really been in the Discord a lot, so I don't even know if he was still around. He was still lingering around as like a Discord mod or whatever. So I don't know if he's still around or not, but I can say this. Since Terry has taken back over, we have seen some major strides with Luffy token. Things really seem to be back on track between him and the COO Benji. Marketing is starting to ramp up. Things that were on the list on the white paper to be developed are being developed and being released and being completed. Okay, it's really moving forward in a positive way. It seems to be a whole different mindset, right? It's shifted to a mindset of we're in a bear market, so let's build and let's build hard so that when the bull market comes, we're ready to explode, okay? That wasn't necessarily the feeling back then. It kind of was, but they seem to be shying away on the marketing when Peter was the CEO. Didn't seem to be something he really wanted to do, right? But it's kind of jumping in full force now, and it's really having an effect. Now, today, we'll look at the price for Luffy token. It is still at 9 zeros, but we're up to 2004. It's up currently 20% on, in the last 24 hours on the day. And I have seen, because I held my, I had held my Luffy token on LBank until I moved it into staking, right? But on LBank, I had seen spikes that had gone up to 40 and 50%. Came back down and settled in at 20. But that's still quite a nice little increase, okay? So we seem to be stabling out a little bit at this point. And I'm sure it will, it's going to move up, it's going to move down. I don't know. I'm hoping that it stays kind of right here for now. Consolidates a little bit, gets a little strength, and then continues to go up. That's the hope, right? We don't know what it's going to do, but we're watching it, and I'm really impressed by the movement today. Now, we still have a colossal supply of Luffy token. The self-reported circulating supply is 67.8 quadrillion tokens. It's ridiculous, right? They started off with a max supply of 100 quadrillion, burned off a third of it, brought it down to 67, 68, somewhere around there. And the burning had kind of stopped. The ideology on that had kind of shifted too, but now it seems to be shifting back a little bit, and they're realizing they probably have way more than enough tokens to accomplish anything they want to accomplish with partnerships and development and stuff like that. And they're moving toward beginning to burn that off again, and they've got some innovative ways to actually burn that supply off really fast. Now, are they ever going to burn off half of the supply, 75% of the supply? I don't know. It's a huge supply. But they can burn it to a point where it'll definitely move up, and it's going to make people some money. So, along with all that, there's a lot of development that's going on. And, you can go to the TG. There's a lot of places you can go for the information. You can go to the official Luffy webpage. They'll give you some information. But I like to get stuff from Twitter because they post a lot here, right? And here's the official page. World's first anime token. Modernized tooling, advanced DeFi platforms, education, metaverse gaming, anime artwork. Some of this stuff has already happened. Some of it is coming, right? But here we are right now. This was back in November 16th. They released this, and snap into the future. And some of these things have already happened, right? So, Luffy token, Luffy utilities, releasing dates. Luffy Burn Dashboard going live December 10th. Well, today's December 16th, right? January 16th, right? So that's live. That actually came from a suggestion from a friend of mine, Gorgeous George, who is actually the gentleman who really told me about Luffy token. And we had some AMAs with the COO, Benji. And this idea, if I remember correctly, came from George about having this burn dashboard. These guys took the idea and they brought it to fruition. I mean, that's a beautiful thing, right? When you're listening to the community and making things happen. Luffy Marketplace going live 18th of December. So the Luffy Marketplace, the whole idea behind Luffy, if you don't know, if you haven't seen any of my past videos, you're not familiar with Luffy, Luffy Token Marketplace is a place where anime and manga artists can post their art, NFTs, however it is that they're doing it. They can put it up to be traded, to be bought, to be sold. To me, I think the best benefit of this is a lot of these artists, there are a lot of manga and anime artists out there, undiscovered, but they're unbelievable. The art that they do is phenomenal, right? It's really a place, I hope that it becomes a place where people who are doing these anime cartoons or whatever you want to call them, right, that are in that field, I'm hoping that it becomes a place where they will actually go and look for talent, because this is a place where you're going to find the talent. It was the brainchild of Terry. This is what he wanted to do, and I think it's a great idea. I really do. These people do not make enough money. They do not have enough recognition, and they didn't really have a platform for displaying their artwork, and now they do, okay? Luffy Swap going live the 30th of December. Again, we're past all these dates already, so all this stuff should already be in play. I can't honestly tell you that it is all in play because I really haven't been keeping up the way I should. I just haven't had the time, right? But I'm going to assume, because of the way that things have been working, that these things are done and operational and ready to go. And this was put out 3 hours ago. Luffy is in good shape and ready for a crazy year. The community is on fire. If you go into that TG, you do see a lot of activity. Now, a lot of it is, oh, let's go shill this tweet, let's go shill that tweet, let's or whatever they call it, right? You know, and there's a lot of gifs and things like that. You know, there's not as much conversation as maybe I would like to see sometimes. You got to sift through all kind of other stuff to get to it, but it's an active community. They're very, very much involved in what's going on. They have voice chats every day where people get together and talk about what's happening. Very, very active community. And they posted some of the buy orders that have come in, and some pretty decent, good size buy orders, right? So things are happening. Things are moving for Luffy token. I'm very, very happy to see it. I'm paying as much attention as I can, guys. I really can, but my attention has definitely been diverted into some other directions. And I know that a lot of people in the community aren't all that happy with me. Who may have thought that I kind of abandoned Luffy token, or that I was doing nothing but negative reports on Luffy token. But all I can tell you is that my intention was never to harm in any way, shape, or form Luffy token. I'm invested. Matter of fact, I'm staked, and I want this to do really, really well. But it's my idea of doing well is talking about all the stuff, the good and the bad. And when there are things that need to be worked on, get it out in the open. Let's talk about it. Let's figure it out. And you guys are figuring some stuff out and doing really, really well. And I'm very, very happy to see that. I think in a bull market, I think this thing really, really does phenomenal things and makes people some really good money. And just to kind of put an exclamation point on that, here's the Luffy staking dashboard. And I have 5.5 trillion Luffy tokens staked. This is my second staking round. I had staked less than that. I had staked 3.5, I think, trillion for 120 days, and at that point it was at a 24% APR, so I gained quite a bit on it. And I had a bunch of Luffy tokens sitting there that I didn't have staked, so on this round I threw it all in. Everything that I had sitting there, everything that I gained on that last round, all the everything that I earned, I put it all in, which totaled out to, like I say, almost 5.5 trillion. And when it's all said and done, at the end of this 120 days, and there's 108 days to go, I will have gained another 358 billion Luffy token, right? I mean, 20% is almost unheard of for staking rewards. So it's a really, really good staking program, and it's a really, really good utility of Luffy token. I recommend to anyone who is not already involved in Luffy token to check it out. That's all I'm saying. I'm not telling you to buy it, sell it, keep it, do anything with it, right? Because I'm not advising you financially. You do whatever you want with your money. But I'm saying that this is one where if you haven't already looked at it, you should probably look at it. It has ups and downs like every other token out there, okay? But the team is dedicated. They're building. They're accomplishing things. The community is strong. And I think it's moving in a positive direction. Even if we see it go back down, it is what it is, right? As long as that foundation is being built, which is being built, and I'm very happy with, this thing is going to do something really positive, I feel. And that's why I'm invested, and that's why I continue to be invested. I continue to stake. And at some point, I'm probably not going to want to stake it all, because I might want to look at taking some profits. And I'm hoping, and it might be a year or two from now when that happens. I don't know. But that's my goal with Luffy token. So as things keep progressing, I'll keep letting you know about it. And if anything else happens, I'll let you know that too, because that's what you get on this channel. My girlfriend's calling me. Anyway, that's it for now. Go check them out. Check out the TG. Check out the Twitter. Check out their webpage. And read up about them. If you have any questions, leave it in the comment section. If you could hit the like button on your way out, that'd be awesome. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. You know how that works. All right, I'll talk to y'all later. Ciao.